Stepsons, in this video I'm going to show you how to tie up a hammock between trees. I'm on a camping trip right now with my daughter, and we are enjoying ourselves out here on a holiday weekend in nature. And one of the things that is nice to do is to lie down and recline in a hammock. And I've got one, and it'll fit nicely between these two trees, so I'm going to tie this up. Alright, we're going to start with a little bit about rope. I've got some pieces of rope. This is just rope I've had for a long time, but I want to show you a couple things about the rope. There's different kinds of rope. What you want to know about rope is how strong it is, its tensile strength. If you pull on it on both ends, how much force can it take before it breaks? Alright, that's important because if you're going to tie yourself up onto something and lie down on it, you want to make sure it'll hold you. We can take care of it by doing enough loops with this one. Another thing that's important to know about ropes is it's called whipping the ends. If a rope frays, this one's kind of a cotton, so this is a fabric rope. You can see that the end will just keep fraying until it goes away to nothing. So to take care of a rope, to stop it from fraying down like this has done to there, if it's a fabric rope, then you can loop a whole bunch of thread around the end and then tie that off there, and it won't fray past that point. That works with a fabric one. A lot of ropes are nylon, or that's basically a plastic that it's made with. And with those, you can actually heat and melt the ends, and when you melt the ends, all the little ends will clump together. And so that is fusing. In that case, it would be fusing the rope. Here's another example of a rope. This one has actually been whipped and then dipped in a wax to make sure it's not going to come apart. I've got an overzealous neighbor who gave some of these to my wife. I have no idea why. Maybe he knew I was a scoutmaster in the past. But these are good ropes. So we're going to use these ropes to tie up the hammock to those trees back there. Alright, so one of the challenges when you're going to hang a hammock between trees is finding trees that are the right distance apart. We're very fortunate because these two trees are the right distance apart for this hammock. I'm going to leave this rope for that side and this rope over here. Wrap it around here a couple times, around the tree a couple times, and through the loop of the hammock, and tie it off in the back. When you're tying a knot, it's important for two things. One is you want to make sure it holds. That's the first thing. It's important that your knot holds, otherwise if you put a load on it and it doesn't hold, then in this case I'd be falling to the ground. The next most important thing for a knot is that it unties when you're done. That's the difference between a square knot and a granny knot. A granny knot doesn't untie, but a square knot will untie. So I went with a square knot on the back of this, and I've taken up some of the slack. I'm going to see how much slack is there now. It doesn't look like I took up a lot, but let's see how close it is to the other side of the tree. Okay, it's still pretty close to this one, but one thing to keep in mind is this is going to sink when I get on it. So it's okay if it's close. I don't want it too close, but it will sag down as well. So that's probably good for this. So I'm going to tie this one off now. Okay, so the difference between a square knot and a granny knot is you go like that. You want to make sure that this goes the same direction through, so that it's like a loop going around this side and a loop going around that side. That's a square knot. That square knot will come undone when I need it to come undone, but it'll hold when it's not. Okay, the moment of truth. We're going to test it and see. First, I want to pull on it and just make sure it doesn't come loose. Feel good. Now, I'm going to slowly put my weight on the hammock, and you can see how low it is, which is okay, because if something breaks or gives way, I'm only going to fall this far as opposed to falling this far. Let's see. I think I'll put my head up on this side. Alright, stepsons, all good things must come to an end. We're getting to the end of our camping trip now, so one of the things I want to do tonight, we're not leaving till tomorrow, but I'm not going to use the hammock anymore on our trip. So I showed you how to hang it, and I showed you about the square knot. One of the important things about a knot is it unties when you no longer need it. So because this is a square knot, it will come undone easier. So now I want to do that. Nothing really hard about this. This one is actually being a little more difficult to undo. It's because this one is not nylon, this one's cloth. This is a fabric rope. So it's still a square knot, so it'll come undone. But one thing you can do if it's having a hard time coming undone is you twist it here and then push it through. Then it comes undone easier. Now we're good to go. So remember those lessons. If you're liking these videos, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. But always remember the two messages from every video. If you're growing up without your dad in your daily life, you can still succeed. And always remember your stepdad loves you. I'll see you on the next video.